This wasn't an ordinary protest. In St. Paul, Minnesota last weekend, a group of demonstrators didn't stay in the streets. They walked into a church during service, chanting, interrupting worship and confronting congregants. This wasn't an accident, and it wasn't about slogans alone. It was about symbols and how they shape how you think. Psychologists call this symbolic conflict, when people start fighting not just over outcomes, but over meaning itself. Symbols trigger emotional reactions faster than rational analysis, and algorithms amplify them. And whether you realize it or not, you're already part of this story. Because once symbols replace dialogue, everyone is forced to pick a side. Federal authorities later arrested several individuals involved for allegedly violating laws protecting access to worship services, and the Department of Justice opened an investigation into the incident. They accused church leaders of ties to immigration enforcement and demanded accountability for recent actions by federal agents. The service was disrupted and ultimately ended early. This event didn't just disrupt one service. It symbolized a deeper shift from issues to symbols. For centuries, sacred spaces stood apart, places meant for reflection, peace, and shared meaning. But in recent years, movements and counter-movements increasingly use symbols, not just words, to express conflict. On digital platforms, emotional content spreads quicker than calm explanations. That's why protests, disruptions, and conflict become viral before context does. And this isn't just about one protest. It's about how collective attention gets shaped today, and you don't have to agree or disagree with any side. But recognizing why this happens, why movements move into sacred spaces, why symbols matter, is the first step in understanding our shared cognitive landscape. It's not about judging the protest. It's about understanding why the protest feels necessary to some and threatening to others. When a sacred space becomes a battleground, it tells us something about how we've lost neutral ground in public discourse. That's the real story here. What do you think? Should there be boundaries even in a world of conflict? Let me know in the comments. If you want videos that unpack the hidden forces shaping modern behavior, subscribe to Eugenecs. Not for anger, not to pick sides, but for understanding of what's happening in our world.